Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Police arrest repeat offender following fight with girlfriend. Detectives from the Kingston Central Division have arrested and charged a man with several offenses following a fight with his lover on Orange Street in Kingston. Charged is 26-year-old Babito McFarlane, otherwise called Bimbo, and office attendant of Charles Street, Kingston. Reports from the lawmen are McFarlane got into an argument with a woman with whom he had an intimate relationship. McFarlane reportedly used a handgun to hit the woman in her head and rob her of her $10,000 before fleeing the scene. The complainant reported the matter to the police, and McFarlane was subsequently arrested. He was charged with assault at common law, robbery with aggravation, illegal possession of firearm and ammunition, and unlawful wounding following an interview in the presence of his attorney. His court date is being finalized. The Westmoreland police yet to determine motive for Negril double murder. The Westmoreland police are yet to determine a motive for a double murder at a bar in Redgrove, Negril. The deceased have been identified as 23-year-old Orlando Evans, otherwise called OJ, and 34-year-old Winston Casanova, also known as Tyler. Two other people were shot and injured. Reports are minutes after 9 a.m., Evans and Casanova were among a group of people at a shop in the community when a black motor car drove up. Men brandishing guns came from the vehicle and started shooting. Casanova was shot in his head, foot and chest, while Evans received wounds to his head, foot and shoulder. The police were alerted and they were taken to hospital where Casanova and Evans were pronounced dead. The other two people are said to be in stable condition. The incident followed another shooting in Grange Hill, where 53-year-old Jeremiah Simmet was killed. Police reports indicated that about 7:45 a.m., Simmet was sitting alone on a roadway. He was pounced upon by two men on a motorcycle and was shot. Simmet ran onto a football field and collapsed. He died at the hospital. As at September 1, the Westmoreland Police Division has seen 94 murders committed, an increase of 26 more people murdered when compared to the corresponding period last year. Two men charged after fight over cedar trees. Two men who reported they injured each other during a fight over several trees have been charged in the court and caused case in Top Hill, Brandon Hill, Clarendon. Charged are Garth White, 46, a farmer from Peters Hill, Clarendon, and 38-year-old Kemar Thomas, a gaunt man from Johns Cliff in Helshaw, St. Catherine. White is charged with assault occasioning bodily harm, while Thomas will answer to unlawful wounding charge. Police said that about 7:45 p.m. last Saturday, the men had an argument over some cedar trees, which both claimed to own. White had earlier sold the trees, and as a result, a fight ensued. Reports are that during the fight, Thomas was hit in the right eye, which caused swelling and pain, while a penknife was used to inflict wounds on White's left hand and mouth. Both parties made a report to the police, and following investigations, they were subsequently arrested and charged. Foundation to be established for the Bulgin brothers. An account has been opened at the Bank of Nova Scotia in Maypen, Clarendon, with the purpose of establishing a foundation in memory of the Bulgin brothers, Tavares and Tavon, who died in a drowning accident on Sunday, August 14, at Martha's Vineyard in the United States. The Bulgin brothers, the middle children of four siblings, were on seasonal employment at Norman's restaurant in the town of Oak Bluffs in Martha's Vineyard. The brothers and two others jumped from the American Legendary Memorial Bridge, more popularly known as Jaws Bridge, and got into difficulties. Two were rescued, but the brothers never survived. At a special press conference yesterday, spokesperson for the family, Bishop Juan Parkins, described the brothers as trailblazers in many areas. Tavares, 26, was a trailblazer in many areas. It is hard to think of him in the past tense, an entrepreneur and a facilitator at the Meadows Land Center of Excellence in Maypen, and his brother Tavon, 21, a student at the University of Technology, where he would have graduated in November, he said. They both pursued similar courses, business administration. Parkins noted also that Tavares was facilitating his own little farm, stating that there was so much promise in them. They were young men with promise, young men with manners, who were looking to leave a legacy behind. Now that they are not with us, the family and the church will be establishing a fund in their honor to continue the legacy they would have wanted to leave, he said regarding the account. The name of the foundation has not been established as yet, but Parkin said among the names being toyed with is T&T Foundation. An appeal was made for persons to contribute to the fund, as the money will be going towards scholarships and benevolence to help members of the community in which they grew up. The account number is 805-868, open in the name of their father, Keith Bulgin. JUTC to charge more for replacement of smarter cards. The state-owned Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC, has announced that it will be charging more to replace smarter cards effective Monday, September 26. According to the company, the decision to charge more is due to a significant increase in the production cost of smarter cards by its international supplier. The JUTC said Congress passengers will be asked to pay $400 up from $300, while adult passengers will pay $700 up from $500 for the replacement cards. It advised that no fees are attached to new smarter cards. However, customers are free to determine how much they wish to load onto their card. The smarter card is a convenient rechargeable system used by JUTC passengers to pay their fares. The bus company is advising members of the public who may have questions to visit its customer service department or call 876-948-4240. Construction of cell towers in St. James concerned councillors' residents. Questions were raised on Thursday during the regular monthly meeting of the St. James Municipal Corporation (SJMC) regarding the erection of what was described as unprohibited cell towers across the parish. Councillor Charles Sinclair, Jamaica Labour Party Northeast Division, who expressed his concerns regarding this issue, stated that his constituents have continuously reached out to share their displeasure of a cell provider putting towers on private residents. Sinclair told members of the meeting that he is aware of cell towers being erected in the Coral Gardens and Cornwall Courts communities in St. James. The council called for answers regarding the approval of these cell towers and questioned the legitimacy of the unnamed cell provider's permit to build. Moving to share his concerns of these cell towers, Councillor Arthur Lynch, Jamaica Labour Party Montego Bay Southeast Division, stated the residents of Rosemount Gardens protested last Friday for the removal of cell towers that was placed there. In response to the queries raised by the councillors, Mayor of Montego Bay, Leroy Williams, said a meeting will be held with the cell provider and the municipal corporation on Monday. Violence, no school. 2 days after the start of the new academic year, some schools in Waterhouse and Olympic Garden, St. Andrew, were forced to send home students following gang violence, which led to the murder of 6 people, 4 on Tuesday and 2 on Sunday. When reporters visited the area on Wednesday, residents were upset that the murders interrupted what was to be a smooth first week of school in both communities. It made the school them a feel lock, them a feel same with the picking them, an irritated man told reporters. One woman explained that schools had to be closed to prevent children getting caught in any further ensuing violence that could have unfolded. Anything can go on, so them really want the children them to be caught up in it. In the area, you have Balcomi Drive Primary and Junior High School, Towers Hill Missionary Basic School, St. Patrick's Primary School, Penwood High School and others. Schools weren't in session for nearly 2 years, and now the children them get to go back, it have to lock back because of the whole incident that take place in the community. People are living in fear because nobody knows the hour or the minute. We cannot walk comfortably. It is just a setback for everybody and nobody knows who is who, she said. 2 of the murders on Tuesday occurred outside a shop Welcome Avenue in Waterhouse. Dead are Jermaine Morgan and Andre Clark. The other 2 murders on Tuesday, which claimed the lives of Andy Layton Christian and another man, occurred at McDonald Plaza in Olympic Gardens. Prior to both incidents, there was a double murder in an area called Compound in Olympic Gardens on Sunday. A shopkeeper told reporters that the disruption of the school studies and the people's life is a result of gang conflict. He said the recent flare-up may be connected to the uneven distribution of work and contracts for certain projects in the communities. Me feel away still, to tell you the truth. It look like a little gang thing. It's like some local contract run and some work supposed to go on. When them think they are gone and certain people no get involved, it cause problem. Contract a run, but it need to share properly. They must give each man a piece of the work instead of giving one set of man, he said. Another man made a similar claim that gangsters were at odds over contracts. The way how the bigger heads them said the thing, food will be given away over one side and me no get none. One man up there so get whole heap of money and one man round there so no get none. So it caused tension, he claimed. The situation prompted Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who is also Member of Parliament for St. Andrew West Central, where the murders took place, Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Jang, and Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson to visit the affected areas Wednesday afternoon. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the